Alright scholars, this video is going to show you how to make a coil pot with real clay. I think we're going to start off by me rolling out a big slab of it, and then we're going to cut our base by using a template, something like that. So normally when you get clay, there might be air bubbles in it, so you have to wedge it. So this would be called wedging. I'm probably gonna try and make sure that everything is wedged out for you so you don't have to do this. But otherwise, you would do this when working with real clay because you don't want there to be air bubbles. Otherwise it will blow up in the kiln. Okay, so I'm going to roll it out with a rolling pin. And then with the rolling pin, you don't want to go roll it thinner than a pencil. So we're going to keep that as a rule if we're working with this project. Try not to go thinner than a pencil with anything. Okay, I'm going to check. Maybe just a little bit more. So we'll do this as a group. So I'm going to give you size for a base. So I'm going to use this one. So we're going to lay it down and we're just going to cut around the edge of the template. Alright, then we can begin making the walls of our pot or vessel by using coils. So I'm going to take a chunk of this. I'm going to start by kind of squeezing it in my hands, making it longer. And then I'm going to start to roll it out on the table. And you want to try and keep the pressure even so you don't have anything that gets too thin on one side. Try and keep it around the same thickness. So sometimes I kind of move my hands around when I'm rolling it. And also try and keep it thicker than a pencil or the same size as a pencil. Alright, if it gets too long, you can always break it in half if it's easier to manage with smaller pieces. When you attach things in clay, you want to do something called slip and score. Even though sometimes when you do clay it seems like it sticks pretty good, you still need to slip and score because as it dries up it can come loose or break off, and so you got to do this with every attachment. So I'm going to make some lines across around the edge here, and you could use a pencil or any type of sharp tool, and I kind of make like little X's. You're just roughing up the surface so it creates more of a bond. Okay, then I'm also going to do that to the coil piece. And then what the slip is going to be either water or sometimes it's a mixture of clay and water. I can make some of that. This is mostly water because that's what I have. And then you're just going to dip your fingers in or take a little brush and wet the area that you're attaching. So I'm going to do it on the base and the coil piece. Alright, now I'm ready to attach it. So I'm laying down my coil along the edge, and I'm having the two scored sides touching each other. Then I lightly press it down a little bit. So I got my first layer. And then you're just going to keep doing this. So here I got this other coil rolled out. Maybe this time I'll try with a pencil.
And then you need your score marks also on the other side you're attaching it to.
And then I'm going to start where I left off. So I started here, and then I'm going to lay my next coil down right on top of the other one. Let me show you one other thing. So I'm going to make another coil here. Now, something you don't want to do is have all your ended pieces end in the same area. Sometimes I like to create some coils that are longer, so I don't have them ending all in the same area, because then that can create a weak point in the pot.
Alright, so I'm doing my score marks. Okay, add your slip or water.
Alright, start where you left off. Lay it directly on top. And then I gotta keep adding my score marks. So just remember that with every attachment. You need it on both sides.
So keep going over here.
Okay, let's take a look at the side here. Okay, so now it's a little bit spaced out, so they're not all ending in the same area. So you could just keep building it up, or if you want to have your vessel kind of come out or come in a little bit, you would lay the coils either further on the edge or more in the inside. So I'll show you what that looks like. So my next coil, start where you left off, and this time I'm going to lay it a little bit more on the edge of the last coil, the outer edge.
Going and slipping, going.
So you can see that it's starting to come out this way a little bit. Now this isn't my best work because I'm trying to make it fast for the video, but something that I want you to do is put some craftsmanship into your pot. So if you see those score and slip marks, I want you to smooth that out with a tool so we don't see those. Or you can use your finger. And in the inside as well. Okay, so another thing you could do with the clay, if you want it to make it more fancy, is different types of coils. So I'm going to show a little bit of that. If your clay starts to get dry, you can add a little bit of water. Do not dunk your clay into the water. So maybe you want to do little spirals. So I'm just going to cut some even in length. And I'm just going to roll it up like this. Have it curve over. Okay, so with everything you're attaching, you need to do score and slip. Make your score marks in the areas you want to put the spirals. And then you would also do those score marks on the spirals where you're going to attach. Then press down slightly. Okay, and then maybe you want to do another coil that wraps around these. You could do that too. Something like this. But you would still score and slip, okay? So the places you would score and slip would be here, 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 wherever two parts are connecting. So maybe you like something like that. Or Maybe you want to do like an arc shape in between, or just a vertical piece like that, and then lay the next coil. Okay, so you want to think about if you're going to have it come straight up, if you're going to have it come out, or have it come in a little, and then always score and slip all attachments. And this may take us 2 days, so because we don't want this clay to dry out yet, we're going to be wrapping it in plastic bags to keep it moist so we can continue to work with it if we don't finish it. And that's it.